Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the You Get a Buff After Survivor video blog. We just finished watching the second episode of Survivor One World, and much like that episode, this episode is going to be all about Kat and Colton. One of my favorite things this episode was the first interview with Kat. She was sitting on a boat. Sabrina positioned herself in this episode to be kind of the leader of the Solani tribe, and I'm not sure exactly how that's going to pan out for her, but it does put her in a good position to play strategically, and right now she's like the only one playing strategically on that team. Also, it could put a target on her back, make her kind of the first one to go if they don't like how she leads a tribe, but still a pretty good move, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, so this was the first reward challenge we've actually seen in 2 seasons of Survivor. Because of Redemption Island, they had to do the duel and they cut out the reward challenge altogether, and I am jazzed that it's back. So this was like a do-it-yourself reward challenge. They didn't have any on-screen help from Jeff or any of the crew members. It was just sort of both tribes. They got the tree mail, they met in like a central location, and then they kind of had to do the challenge themselves. One of the aspects of it to kind of make it easier for the audience to understand, apparently they asked one of them to play kind of the host role, and Bill took that position, and he did this awesome old English proclamation style read, which I love. Hear ye, hear ye. So the guys ended up winning this challenge. They sort of dominated the women's tribe with this like pulling apart ropes, and it was kind of an interesting challenge, and they won this tarp. And I think that tarp is going to come in super handy for the guys, especially next week. It shows like a lot of rain and storms, and the girls are going to really regret losing that challenge. One of my favorite characters this season is definitely going to be Tarzan. That guy is a character. He was so excited for this challenge, he even busted out jazz hands. Woo! Okay, Colton. I like Colton. I think he's a smart player, but he is making some pretty big mistakes right now. He will not leave the girls' tribe alone, and they are frustrated with him. Now, if I were the Solani tribe, I would recruit Colton, and I would be like, hey, Colton, you know, you're our friend. You're one of the girls. Why don't you play double agent and spy on the guys' tribe for us? That would take care of the problem of having him around all the time, as well as using him to their advantage. But I think one of the biggest mistakes Colton is making is letting his emotions get the best of him. He's kind of playing this game like he's in middle school, and it's probably not too attractive to the girls' tribe to bring him on as an ally.
Hey girls, can I hang out with you at recess? Because the guys keep trying to hit me with a tetherball.
All right, this week's What the F? Hands down, Tarzan's weird pelvic thrusting tribal dance. And if you didn't think what the F on your own, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, the immunity challenge. Now, it's been halfway through the show, and this is the first time in 30 minutes that we've actually seen Jeff Probst. My guess is he was probably off filming his new movie. This joke was in no way meant to be offensive to Jeff Probst. We support Mr. Probst and all of his outside endeavors. We are excited to see his film, and we still want to buff. Okay, now this challenge was really difficult to watch. Whether you were watching the guys like awkwardly hug and touch each other, or the girls just falling apart, this was a tough challenge to watch. Now on the guys' side, everything went pretty smoothly. I think the only part that made me feel super awkward was when Colton was trying to get all the guys to hold him. Just hold me. But on the girls' side, I mean, come on, Kat was a mess. I mean, I've never seen anyone screw up a challenge quite as dramatically and fantastically as Kat screwed up this challenge. And then Kat kept jumping in the water like 2 extra times she didn't even have to. What was that about? Besides, I thought cats were afraid of water. And shock of all shocks, the guys win the challenge. So again, good job guys. I have a feeling there's a lot more victories in your future. All right, Tribal Council wasn't that great this week. It was a lot of just the same old girl drama stuff again. Jeff had a pretty funny line where he mentioned it was like talking to a bunch of 6th graders. Oh, that was pretty funny. So here's my opinion. What the girls should have done is the 5 younger girls should have turned on Kat, voted her off. What that would have done is show that the older women weren't so excluded from the younger women like they thought. Now at that point, everyone's at ground zero, and they could have formed brand new alliances. At the very least, the numbers are still 4-3 in the younger girl's favor. But just like Colton is the woman of the man's tribe, Nina was kind of the man of the woman's tribe, and apparently they thought she had to go. I'm not terribly bummed. I didn't love Nina. She wasn't my favorite player, but I still think it wasn't the best move. All right, now it's time for a few predictions. First prediction, I think the girls are gonna fall farther and farther and farther behind, and it's gonna be really tough for them to catch up with the guys. My second prediction is that Colton is gonna waste his immunity idol, because here's the way I see it. It's 4 guys versus 4 guys with Colton as the swing vote. Now, he's teaming up with the group that considers themselves the Misfits and telling them he's gonna play his immunity idol. I'm not the best at math, but that looks like 5 to 4 to me. Why do they need the immunity idol? All right, guys, that's all for today. Be sure to join us every week for the You Get a Buff After Survivor video blog. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Tout, and YouTube to keep up with what we're doing throughout the week. All right, I'll see you guys next week.